Welcome to Coaches Roundtable. I'm Ed Codi, and welcome our guests from Knox High School and the University of Arizona, the NCAA shot put champ, indoor and outdoor, Jordan Geist. Jordan, thanks for taking time to come on the show. I know it's early out there in Arizona, but congratulations on your great career. Uh, Tell me, when you won the indoor championship in the shot put, and then the outdoor, you won it on your sixth and final throw. What was going through your head coming up with that last throw?
I think just kind of the experience kicked in. I didn't have a lot of nerves, but I was excited to get into the ring for that throw, and then just being able to focus on the technique on the last throw, I think was one of the big advantages that I had walking into the circle.
And what's the difference between competing indoor and outdoor? Is there a great difference between the two?
There's only two differences really. Indoors, you're throwing on a wooden circle. Outdoors is cement, and then outdoors you throw a completely metal ball, and indoors you throw a plastic ball that's weighted with either tungsten or sand or one of those two materials.
And Jordan, this is what, your fifth year. You finished up at Arizona through the COVID era. Is that correct?
Sixth year because of COVID. Yeah,
Sixth year.
yeah.
Okay. And I look at you, watched you perform in high school. What did you weigh then, and what do you weigh now?
I was about 240 when I graduated high school. I'm about 285 now.
And yet you're one of the smaller guys
Yeah.
in the weight competition there. You won three Pac-12 Athlete of the Year awards 6 times. You've won a Pac-12 championship. That's tied first all time. What were those six championships? Just in the shot and the discus, or do you also have a hammer throw in there?
So my freshman year, I won shot put discus. Then I won two more shot put, and then this past year I won shot put hammer.
Now, the hammer, you never did that in high school, obviously.
Yep.
Um, how difficult was it for you to adjust to throwing the hammer?
I picked it up pretty quickly. Started throwing it my freshman year, got up to a pretty respectable distance, and then my second year I made a pretty big jump up. During COVID, I actually didn't throw it at all just because we didn't have the facilities to throw it. So I went about probably a year and a half total without even touching a hammer. And I came back after COVID uh, to be a first team All American. I got eighth at the national championships. Didn't throw much last year, and then this year um, made a pretty big jump again. Ended up getting third and the number three U.S. hammer thrower in college all time.
Uh, that's just great. And also, I want to mention that May 27th, you were inducted into the Pennsylvania Track and Field Hall of Fame. The honors just keep rolling in. So you mentioned you were 240 when you were at Knox. You're about 285 now. Tell us, what's a typical training day like for you?
So typical training day for us is going to usually be throwing in the morning because it's freaking hot here, so we don't want to have to deal with that in the middle of the day. So we're usually throwing in the morning. Then we'll either go straight to the weight room or we'll take about an hour off. But either one of those sessions, throwing and lifting, both could take up to 2 hours. It just depends on the session now, because we're kind of in our peaking phase, getting ready for U.S. championships. That's a lot less volume, so each one's probably about an hour. So we're training about 2 hours a day.
I know a lot of people think that throwing a shot and a discus and even a hammer at the college level or getting ready for the Olympics, that it's all about strength. But I know you've told us before your timing and coordination is so important, just as much as the strength part. Is that correct?
Exactly. I'd say it's even more important because anybody can get stronger. Not everyone can have good technique. So, especially for younger kids in high school, coaches look a lot more at that technique than they do at the strength level because anywhere you go in the country, you could get stronger. It's more about that technique, especially early on, being able to throw right, not just throw far.
And we so often talk here, Jordan, about that analytics have crept into baseball and other sports. Is there much of a application of analytics for what you do?
Unfortunately, not nearly as much as baseball. They do exist. There's a couple of hardware softwares that do track throwing and those certain metrics, but those are usually only at some major meets, and even then, not all of them. So I am usually able to get data for myself once or twice a year, and that's about it.
You, like a lot of your competitors, you're big guys. People just think you guys can go out, eat whatever you want, but I'm sure you pay quite a bit attention to nutrition. You probably have some people even advising you about nutrition.
Yep. So through the university, we have two. We actually just hired a third sports nutritionist that works with us. So yeah, it's pretty difficult because I'm eating a lot of food, but it's a lot of healthy food. So I actually have to eat even more just to make sure that the calories are keeping up with that. So usually four pretty decent sized meals a day, but pretty lean. So just trying to avoid the fat and just trying to keep as much lean muscle as I can.
Well, let's look at the next hurdle on the horizon for you. And I know right now you're focused on the Olympic trials that will come up. When is that, June of 2024?
Yep, probably.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. And where will your competition come from? I'm sure you know most of the guys, and probably a lot of older guys too. I was telling our producer here, Matt, that I remember when I followed Al Oider. I think Al was almost 40 years old when he won the Olympics hammer throw. So you're going to have competition anywhere from maybe the ages of 20 up to 35 or 40, and you know most of them. Is that not right?
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, the top two guys in world history, distance wise, are both American shot putters who are still throwing. And then that third spot's not any easier. We have world championship medalists, we have previous Olympians, so it's going to be a pretty tough battle to make that team next year.
Isn't there one guy I thought last year, if I remember from the previous time, about 6'7", 300 some pounds? It seemed
Yeah,
like he was
right. Ryan Krauser, yeah, he's the world record holder. He threw 77 feet, and the world record before that was 75 feet.
so will he be part of the competition too?
Yeah, he'll make it. Yeah.
So what will you have to? You're going to focus on just the shot or the shot and the discus, both of them?
Shot put and hammer. I'll keep throwing both of those. So shot put, that would definitely be the hope. That was kind of my main dream growing up, but I've also improved quite a bit in the hammer over these past 2 years. So that's also a possibility.
So where will you have to finish in order to make the Olympic team?
At that meet, I have to finish in the top three.
Okay, and there'll be how many competitors probably?
There'll probably be 24, but of those, there's probably a legitimate six, seven, eight in either competition that could make the team.
And where will the trials take place, Jordan?
Eugene, Oregon.
All right, that'll be in between that time, between now and that time of June 2024. Where else will you compete? What other world track events will be there for you to hone your game to get ready?
So the big one this year is there's a World Championships in Budapest. So in 2 weeks, the USA Championships are happening. That's to qualify for that meet. I have to place top four at USA's, get to go on to World Championships. But actually, this next week, I'm going up to Canada for a meet, going up to Edmonton. And then the week after USA's, I'm going back up to Canada, Vancouver for another meet.
Hey, Jordan, I want to close and mention what you have your degree from Arizona. Your degree is in what field?
So undergrad in business management, master's degree in marketing, master's degree in finance.
Wow. And then after, let's say when you're done, you're going to make a lot of money. You're a smart guy. I can tell that. After you're done, what do you see yourself doing in the future
I
when you're
probably want
done
to
as a
try to get into coaching, try to give back to the sport as much as I can. I just love being around the sport. So just giving back and continuing to be around that however I can, probably in a coaching role.
you like to coach at the collegiate level?
I don't know about the Division 1 level, but I do think I want to coach at the collegiate level. Yeah.
Well, Jordan, congratulations. Just a great high school career, a great career at college. Your records here in high school in Pennsylvania stand the test of time. All that you're doing, it's the stuff that legends are made of. You're going to get down in history as one of the great athletes to come out of Western Pennsylvania. Congratulations to you, and good luck to you in the Olympic trials, and hope to have you back here after you make the Olympics.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. I'll be right back with Alan George.
Armstrong Comfort Solutions wants to help you get your home ready for warmer weather. Our cooling experts have the tools and technology to keep you comfortable all summer long. Get a free estimate on a new home air conditioner and ensure your home's AC system is summer ready with a safety clean and check. No matter what the weather brings this summer, your home will be comfortable all summer long. Call Armstrong Comfort Solutions today at 833-789-9100 or visit us online at armstrongcomfort.com.
I am back, joined to my right by the Swami, George Abraham, to my left, the Tiger, Albert Campman, Jordan Geist, guys on. Weighed 240 at knock. He's 285 now. He's all muscle, getting ready for the Olympics, becoming the first area athlete to make the Olympics since Butler swimmers Eric Namesnick and David Pickler. Tremendous achievements, all these athletes. And the other thing about Jordan, he has his undergraduate degree and has his master's degree from Arizona.
He's always been a disciplined kid. He's one of those guys that had a mindset of hard work, technique, and of what does it take to be the best you can be, and that's why he's at.
I think he's going to go down as one of the great athletes out of Western Pennsylvania history.
Absolutely.
With 2 NCAA championships.
Yeah.
3 times Pac-12 athlete of the year, and
You know what
a
else,
record
too?
6 titles.
And I don't know what he wants to do, but I've seen Al Order win that at 38.
We were just
He's not
you
done.
must have been reading my mind. I just said that to him.
Yeah, he's not done at
On
26.
him, right.
No.
He has a long way. In his competition,
Absolutely.
he still has that monster
Oh,
to go
Jesus,
against that
that
guy,
guy.
6'7",
Oh, my.
320 pounds. He has to finish
Oh.
in the top 3 in
Top three.
the hammer or the shot to make the Olympics.
You know, Al
We're
said
going
something
for
to him about the hammer, which made a lot of sense. He had just started it, and he was good enough to win.
Yes.
Maybe he has something there that he didn't realize, because his coach was a hammer guy.
You realize he won Pac-12 championships in the shot, discus, and hammer.
It's incredible.
It's incredible, isn't it? Let's go to Spotlight. Honors and achievements. Baseball. WPL Baseball. Post-Gazette All-Stars. Sophomore pitcher Christian Lucarelli, Riverside. He's committed to Duke. What's the chances, Albert? He might get drafted.
Oh, I think he will.
And before that.
It's interesting. I taught with his grandma forever. And when he was little, she didn't know anything about baseball. She says, I think my grandson might be pretty good. and he just kept getting bigger and stronger. And he legitimately throws in the 90s. Like some people say they throw
Kennywood. Yeah, absolutely.
Senior pitcher, first baseman Madden Clement Butler. He's headed to Virginia Tech. And junior pitcher J.D. Costanzo of North Allegheny. The Tribune Review, terrific 10. Senior infielder pitcher Zach Clark of Freeport. Second team infielder Jackson Smetak, a senior from Freeport. And Brett Galchik of Slippery Rock High School. He was named a District 10, Region 2 Player of the Year. He hit over 400, led the team in home runs and RBIs.
That's the Gelsick boys.
Yeah.
Gelsick. His dad played at Louisville football. Terrific.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
I remember he was a nose guard. They couldn't block him.
Not
in high school, no.
They could not. There was no way they could block him. No.
And pitcher Dylan Gordon and slugger Salminio of Slippery Rock High School, they were also named to the first team, District 10, Region 3.
Wasn't there an actor named Salminio?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Salminio. Yeah, absolutely. And in lacrosse, how about Enzo Greco of Mars? He was named the Post-Gazette Lacrosse Player of the Year. He had 113 goals. He is 6'4". He's a junior Penn State recruit. He led Mars to a 7th straight WPL championship, 3 straight state appearances. 6'4". You don't know too many 6'4" lacrosse players.
Enzo
Greco.
Great name.
And Lucarelli.
Hey, I saw him.
They might be in your Wolves club.
Yeah, I saw his picture in the Post-Gazette.
Yeah.
That's why he's going to Penn State.
6'4".
He's a dude.
Yeah.
6'4".
Yes.
James Franklin will be out as a wide
you better
receiver.
not see him out there.
You're right. A softball, WPIL Post-Gazette All-Star sophomore pitcher Lexi Haynes, Seneca Valley. She's been named the Post-Gazette Softball Player of the Year. She struck out 269 batters in 122 innings. She had 5 home runs, 14 RBIs, 343 batting average. Now listen to this. She was walked intentionally 35 times because the year before she hit 14 homers and they didn't want to pitch to her.
So the most important thing with Seneca Valley next year is to get somebody to bat behind her so they can't do that.
Hey, I want her to see her pitch against the Post-Gazette baseball all-stars.
Yeah.
She throws over 60 miles an hour from
Yeah.
46 feet away.
You get over 2 strikeouts per inning. That's impressive.
You know, maybe people were laughing when I said her pitching against those
No, no,
baseball players.
no.
There was a softball pitcher back in the 30s.
King of the court.
She went against the
Oh,
Yankees.
No, Queen and her maids.
She went against
Queen
the
and her
Yankees.
maids.
And Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig could not hit her.
Paul Blair couldn't hit her.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Absolutely.
What would she be thrown from 46 feet away? About
It
80?
translates to about 80 some because they're
Amazing.
that close.
Pitcher outfielder Sydney Selker, Freeport. She was named second team All-Star by the Tribune Review. And in high school track, how about this guy, Junior Hayden Smith, Union High School, tied for second in the high jump at the Nike Outdoor Nationals at the University of Oregon. He went 6 feet 9 inches. His best was last year at the AAU Junior Olympics. He won a gold medal going 6 feet 10 3/4 inches.
You get your 7. You get your 7 foot.
Yeah, you're up.
They're after
He
you.
has interest from Texas A&M and Ole Miss and Florida State and North Dakota.
Big timers.
Junior Levi Prementine of Slippery Rock High School, 6th place in the long jump, 22 feet 8 inches at the Adidas Nationals. And his teammate, I think he's a junior too, Eli Anderson, 12th in the 400-meter hurdles. They'll both be back next year. What a powerful track team they're going to
You
have.
listen to the athletes that Slippery Rock has coming through right now.
Tremendous.
Wow.
Yeah,
Tremendous.
Absolutely.
And in college track, Butler grad and W&J distance runner Aiden Dressler, captain of the cross-country team. He set the school record in a steeplechase. He is the 2-time President's Athletic Conference champion in that event. And in Post-Gazette, the volleyball all-stars making the first team, Lucas Gunther of North Catholic, Jax Wilhite of North Allegheny. And in Lernerville Speedway, the Lucas Oil Firecracker 100, Martinsville, Indiana native Rocky Thornton, he took home the $50,000 prize money, winning the Firecracker 100. It's the 17th annual event. Nice money that these guys make.
Firecracker,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom.
And Max Blair of Centerville, he won the Bill Emig Rush Late Models 50 laps race. Our stories of the week: Major League Baseball, the Pirates loses 11 of their last 12. They are 15-34 since their 20-8 start. That's Oakland-like baseball, 15-34. They drop from first place to fourth place. Remember, they were like 12 games ahead of the Cardinals. They're only 3 games ahead of the Cardinals now. So they lose 3 or 4 to Miami. In the game, I was texting George. They had that 4-1 lead in the 8th, and I'm saying, bring in Bednar. He could. Nope, they don't bring him in. They blew the game. They lose 6-4. And I'm still asking. I bet if you ask David Bednar, David, can you pitch 2 innings? What's he going to say?
Well, he's never going to say no.
He's not even going to say
But then
no.
he doesn't have a choice.
the
agent has a choice. The
I'm
agent will
sorry.
tell David, you're not pitching. See,
Didn't he come in Saturday and pitch 2 innings?
everything has changed so much.
I think he only pitched 1. Did he
Oh, I
pitch
thought
2?
One and a third, one.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, we at this table
It's
can't
not
grasp.
happening.
I'll tell you who
We
wanted
can't
him to
grasp
come
it.
in.
We
Mitch
can't.
Keller wanted him
Yeah,
to come
he
in.
did. We can't grasp
Keller
it.
deserved that win.
Yeah, he did. Good
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
That's
He
the other
deserved-
thing.
I'll guarantee you, Keller wants to know why Bednar didn't come into that game.
But there's a reason why they're losing. Their bullpen got hurt. That's number one, the injuries. But you cannot. You take
Two
the
right.
2 best players. Take Cruz
Right.
and Reynolds off out of the lineup. They really have a minor league lineup plan.
Look at the
Yes.
lineup, the hitters in there.
Mm.
And here's the thing.
I'm going tonight, by the way.
In a 5-game stretch against starting pitchers, 31 innings, they had 11 hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have
11 hits.
Yeah, they have nobody on base. There's nothing
No.
you can do when nobody's
No.
ever on base. I mean,
No,
it's just,
2 runs. If the other team gets 3, I figure they're losing.
And look at Miami. They bring out their rookie pitcher,
Oh.
Dwight Gooden lookalike. This guy's 6'8", Every Perez. He went 6 innings, 4 hits. He's 5-1 with a 1.34 ERA. He's 20 years old. My point is, bring them up, play them. At some point, it's this merry-go-round. The Pirates bringing guys up from Garrett Cole, Jameson Taillon, Josh Bell, Marte, and then shipping them out, doing it all over again. It needs to stop. And they have too many older players on the team and too many players who should be part-time players who are starting.
Really?
Sawinski's a part-time player. Your buddy ahead, just the catcher, he's a part-time
No,
player.
everybody.
No,
he's not even a part-time.
No, come on.
I mean, Sawinski's hitting 217. They sent him down last year at 190. Remember when Chuck Tanner had Lee Lacy? Lee Lacy hit 300 every year as a platoon, part-time player, infielder, outfielder. And when Lacy said he should play more, Tanner said, you'll be a 250 hitter if you play all the time.
You can't play against righties. Exactly.
Yeah.
Lacy be a star today.
Yeah, he'd be a star today.
But there's a point
between him and John Miller, right?
Miami, though, you know, they hit like Pittsburgh.
No,
they can't hit it
all 4 games,
but their pitching is tremendous.
Good.
Tremendous.
Okay. Yeah. So bring up the young guys. Bring up.
Well, they are. They brought up Gonzalez.
Priester,
They brought up Davis. They already have.
They bring up Priester.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the hitters they brought up. So
and the catcher. Bring them all up.
Mm-hmm.
Play them. Baltimore's done it. Miami's done it. Tampa's done it. Go with the young guys. Listen. They haven't had a winning season in 7 years?
Right.
What could possibly
no way. 7 years.
But wait a minute.
They got rid of Hurdle.
They have an 85-year-old pitcher. No. What in the world would you be pretending to rebuild and have a 50-year-old pitcher?
That's exactly my point. But going down that road, at one point they got rid of all those players. What, 2 or 3 of them played in the World Series?
Oh yeah.
One.
They're not going to pay
World
them.
Series championship.
That's the other side of that coin. They're not going to pay them.
Okay, we keep going through with that. Now, other baseball news: the Red Hot Reds, 41-37 after 12 wins. They cooled off 2 losses to
It's just how
Atlanta.
baseball. You know they couldn't keep doing that.
They couldn't keep doing it, but boy, they got terrific players. That rookie is something else for them.
Yeah. Well, Cruz the same way. They're both equal. They're both equal.
Right.
They're both. The Pirates got one. Can you believe it only happened to the Pirates? They played a week and got hurt.
Hey, I saw this score the other day, and I said, "Wait, what's going? The Angels 25, the Rockies 1."
I was following that game.
You know what's the best part? They lost the next day 4-3.
They lost 2 out of 3 that
That's
series.
crazy. Well, talk about crazy scores. College World Series after losing Game 1. Florida pounded LSU 24-4 with 6 home runs, breaking the all-time record for scoring runs set in 1957 when Notre Dame beat Northern Colorado 23-2. And then what happens in Game 3? You could almost predict this after they scored 24. Mm-hmm. They got pounded by LSU 18-4. For the Tigers, it's their 7th title. They trail only Southern Cal in that department. Outfielder Dylan Cruz, I watched him play. The guy's a terrific center fielder. He won the Golden Spikes Award as the College Player of the Year. They didn't need Paul Skeens in this last game because he only had 3 days rest. I know you like Skeens. I want the Pirates to take Cruz, put him in center field, and leave him there.
Well, Skeens is the
pick. Keep for 10 years.
You can see we just talked about 7 seconds ago. You need a pitcher, and you got somebody who's like Garrett Cole right in your hands. You got to take it. But going back to that the LSU series, LSU wins because of pitching depth. You know they gave the second game away. Saying,
correct.
Okay, we'll win game 3 because we have better pitching.
And I got to speak to that coach getting on the podium and basically begging people to come in there in the transfer portal. I think it's really
what coach did that?
LSU.
I think it's really irresponsible to his guys coming back.
Well, since you brought that up, transfer portal, do you see what happened to Pitt baseball?
No, how many?
15 players left when the season ended. In the transfer
That's not many compared to other places.
That's
what's sad.
Six freshmen and 5 sophomores. That's a huge.
It's a runaway freight train.
Huge hit.
No.
Let's go to the NBA. The number 1 pick, Victor Wembanyama. San Antonio Spurs, a 19-year-old phenom, 7'4" out of France. One day he's 7'4", one day he's 7'5", one day he's 7'3".
He'll be 6'11" after they get done with him.
They start pounding him.
They'll start passing legs in order.
The continued influence of these foreign players. There were 6 drafted in the first 2 rounds, and his deals. I talked to you, George. 4 years, $54 million. Not bad way to start, huh?
No, but he'll make more off the floor. We talked about that. He'll make more off the floor.
He'll make a ton.
Like Michael Jordan all those years.
Hey, NFL and gambling concerns. How about this? I never heard of this. The first speech that the Ravens general manager, Eric DeCosta, made to the team in the minicamp was about gambling. That's his first speach in the NFL policy.
But they have DraftKings on every field. It's written on the middle of the field.
Yeah, right. Here's the NFL policy. Don't bet on the NFL. Don't gamble on the team facility. and while traveling in road games, don't ask someone to bet for you. No fantasy play. Don't share team information, and no sports bet book during the NFL.
And you might want to try to win some games. That's the best behind gambling.
And while I'm telling you this, in a paper the other day, the point spreads are already out for pro and college.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're partners. They're betting on pitches now. And
here's the other thing. Here's your expertise. Bet Rivers on the Steelers over and under 8.5 wins. I don't understand this. If you bet the over, you got to put up 167 to win 100. Yeah. Who does that?
Anybody that thinks they're going to win 9.
100. George, how did they come up with that 167?
Well, it's slanted to the over because that's the better bet. It's that simple. They make you pay. In other words, you're basically saying, be like you and I making a bet, and I say, you got the Pirates. I don't want the Pirates. I said, well, I'll give you 2 to 1. You see what I mean?
But I take the under. You put up 100 to win 130.
Yeah, but you got to win.
You got to win.
The guy hasn't had a losing season since he's been there.
All right, we'll talk about that. That's food for discussion later on. And let's go to the USFL, the semis. The Pittsburgh Maulers overtime win against
Michigan. Did you see how they decided?
It's crazy.
3-2s.
3-2s, yeah. So they 5-6 record. They go into the championship game. I don't remember any team playing for a championship with a record like that. And
I'm glad I don't remember because I don't know who's on their team. I don't care.
And he goes to defending champs Birmingham. 9-2. They're 18-4 the last 2 years.
So much better.
The 47-22 rout of New Orleans. Birmingham actually had fans in the stands. How'd that happen?
Well, they played the games there. That's why. That's why. Hey, by the way.
They had 15 or 20,000.
Hey, by the way, Skip Holtz.
Yeah.
He's offensive genius.
Yeah, he's very good.
You like Skip?
He's very good.
Well, he was there at Lafayette. Remember all those years? He would win 6 games, get in a bowl.
Skip.
He had
Louisiana,
the same quarter. Louisiana Tech, wherever it was.
Yeah, he was their all-time winningest coach there.
I'll tell you what. They look good.
I think all those fans showed up. They thought it was an Alabama practice.
Yeah, they thought it was spring game.
Hey, we'll finish with this. The Hockey Hall of Fame inducts Penguin goalie Tom Barrasso, 2 cup championships. And how about Chris Letang? He won the Masterton Trophy for perseverance and dedication. No one plays harder than him. No.
Yeah, he only averages 32 minutes a game, but they don't like him. That's a joke.
Hey, that's it for us. We run out of time. Thanks for joining us. We will see you next week.
Did you know that you could get fast, reliable Zoom internet for as little as $4.95 per month with ACP? Armstrong is participating in the FCC's Affordable Connectivity Program, which helps eligible households receive a credit of up to $30 per month on their internet bill. This program will also increase and improve broadband infrastructure throughout the U.S., especially in rural areas. There's no need to call. Visit ArmstrongOneWire.com/ACP or scan the QR code on your screen for more information and to apply.
From high school sports to community events and beyond, you can find all of your favorite local shows on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
Hi, I'm Tricia from the Butler Buzz. You can watch my show or other local programming like Up for Adoption or Hunting Nostalgia, only on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
Check us out right now on Channel 100 or search Armstrong Neighborhood Channel on YouTube for playlists and much more. Spirit, town pride, community. This is the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.